What's happening, everybody? Your boy, the Vutslap, in the building, episode 31 of the South American Tour, and we've got Copa Sudamericana action for you. Quarterfinals taking on a familiar foe in Corinthians. That is another Brazilian team that we're taking on. Most continental football in South America is just dominated by Brazil, so the chances of us getting a lot of Brazilian opposition is quite high. And looking forward to this one. We have a good track record against Corinthians, and it's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracker. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit everything else. Let's run that intro. We have a lot to talk about right now. It's basically a brand new squad you're looking at coming into this. Let's talk transfers. We got to do that. We've got a lot of transfer history to talk about. First off, players leaving the club. Quite a fair few of them. We've spoken about Stiletto and Lusadri and Arayo leaving. Anthony left the club after the last video. Jair left on loan to Baja with an option to buy, a mandatory option to buy, as well as Rodrigo Cesar left the club as well. Sandri left the club for 1.7 million to Vasco da Gama. Hilton left the club, a youngster, and Thiago also leaving the club. A few others also have agreed to leave at the end of their contract. 77 million made in turning out players. In bringing them in, we've made a couple of big signings, in my opinion at least. We know about Lutaro Ruiz. Johan Fredes has officially signed for us and has starred in a few games already for us. 5 played for us. A 6.82 is not too bad. According to Ruiz, though, he's been a little bit better in form, playing 4 games and a 7.07. They're both playing the same position. I was going to use them together, but then we found this guy. Shout out to my intermediate for picking him up. Hirovici Simovic. Simovic. I don't know how to say that. Simovic. There we go. He's been absolutely brilliant for us. Already picking up 2 goals in the 6 games that he's played. Played 1 cup game as well. A 7.18 for him. He's been absolutely brilliant as that left-footed centre-back. Then another player we're going to talk about is Lucas Rafael on the right-hand side. I know he's more naturally left, but we are playing him on the right as a backup to replacement of Anthony, to be honest. This man is absolutely brilliant so far for us. He has played, a total of 7 games, 3 goals, 4 assists. He came in a time when Antonio was injured, and he has literally just lit up the Brazilian world for us. And then our most recent signing has only played 1 game for us. It's a brand new goalkeeper in Heleno. Bought him up from Botafogo. Hasn't played much games for them. So very bit much untested in terms of how he plays. He's played only 1 game, conceded 1 goal. I mean, in terms of replacing him with João Paulo, I feel like on paper, João Paulo is a better goalkeeper, but at 34 years old, he was starting the decline. You can see his physicals on there. It's just above my head. It's absolutely just deteriorated so much and so quick. But yeah, I feel like this Heleno could become a much better goalkeeper. 19 years of age. Don't know if he's the long-term project for us, but he's definitely a stop-go option at the moment for what we needed. Because the problem is, and actually I shouldn't have exited that page. We'll just go back here. João Paulo, this season alone, 45 games in all competitions, 66 goals conceded. That's a goal and a half, a goal every game and a half. That's not good. Only 9 clean sheets out of those 45 games. That is very, very bad for a goalkeeper's return. Having looked at past seasons, he's actually been so good. This season, I think he's just fallen off. Just deteriorated. I don't know. Maybe it's the style we play that I just don't do well for goalkeepers. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, in the since the last time, of course, when we beat Nacional, or we lost to Nacional in the quarterfinals of the Cup, we did beat Oriento Parento 5-0 in that game, which meant that we landed up winning the game 14-1 on aggregate. We went on to play against Univete in the Copa Sudamericana second round. We beat them 4-1. They did beat us 2-0 in the next game, which made it a bit nervy for me at 4-3. And the fact that they scored in the 64th minute, those last 10 minutes were really, really, tight. In the Serie A, we did lose one game to Palmeiras, just teams that Palmeiras are just our bogey team, and whatever we do, we just cannot beat this team. We then had a very rare clean sheet against Corinthians, who are actually our opponents for today, beating them 3-0 thanks to David Terekos and Simonovic picking up his first goal for the club. Tombesi was another bit of a heartache game because they scored early on. We scored 2 minutes later with Duarte scoring then a brace to get us there. We'll talk a little bit more about Duarte in a bit. Baja was our next opponents in the Serie A. We beat them 3-0. Very straightforward game. Jorge and David picking up goals. And then RB Bargantino, there we go. Had a lot of games against them. Stilimovic picked up his second goal of the game, of the season. And Antonio picked up a hat-trick. The big news here, David was stretched off after 27 minutes in the game. Was not ideal. Was not ideal because we don't really have a proper striker on the bench since Cesar left. And let's talk about those options at the moment. You'll notice a couple of new faces in the starting 11. This is the starting 11 that is going to start against Corinthians, because today we are going to play the 2 legs of Corinthians. We're going to skip the 3 games in the Serie A, even though we do have Sao Paulo, who are in second place at the moment. We have gone top of the table. We do have 3 games still in hand, 1 point clear. We beat Sao Paulo in those games. I feel like the season's pretty much done and dusted for them. I think we could actually win the Serie A in our first attempt. With that being said, though, Corinthians, the 2 games are which we're going to sandwich those in there. This is the team that is going to start. We're going to go Jean-Paul in goals, Boza on the right, Ruiz, Simovic, and Diouf. Igor Cesar, Gabriel, who we'll talk about in a second, Macias, Antonio, Jorge, and De Silva, who we also talk about in a second. The one man I do want to talk about is Ronaldo Franco Duarte, who we're training to play as a left winger. Has kind of stepped up a little bit in recent games, scoring 2 goals in, of course, the 2 against Tombenesi in the 3 games that he's played. Is more naturally an attacking midfielder. So maybe next season we might move him back into that position because I think Macias might be leaving the club. It is a bit of an issue with foreign players. You're only allowed 7 in the starting 22, and we've got 8 foreign players. And if I want to use all of them, one of them has to be sacrificed. And so far, it's between Al Jabali or Marcia. So those are the 2 that I'm kind of like debating about who's going to be dropped next season. For now, they'll just keep being rotated. Another guy we're going to talk about who's come into the first team is Thiago. Only had the 1 game so far, but as a central midfielder, a deep-lying playmaker, he is definitely very good for us. He can step up the plate. I just feel the likes of Thiago Maia, who is 32 years old, is starting to deteriorate, and he wants to leave the club. I just don't see a future where he could stay as a deep-lying playmaker. The same can be said for Radley here. I just don't think he's that good. And unfortunately, I think we have better players, and at 30 years old, might be on his way out. Kingsley, by the way, Kings Kangawa might be another player I might look at selling as a foreigner. At 30 years old, could be starting to deteriorate a little bit. And the fact that Igor Cesar has been playing absolutely fantastic since coming in as the central midfielder on attack. I can't really ask for much more from this guy. Let's talk about Gabriel here, deep-lying playmaker, 18 years old, was on loan beginning half of the season. No, he wasn't on loan. Sorry, Thiago was on loan. He has stepped up. I don't know why I never called him up to the first team, to be completely honest. I think the 7 composure, 7 concentration, and the stamina being 8 really bothered me a little bit. In fact, it was actually low. I think his stamina was actually 5. But since he's been in the first team, it has improved. I mean, he's improved all round. But there's something about him that just works for the team. A 680 as a deep-lying playmaker is not a bad return for us. However, I don't think I'm going to start him in this game because I can have more than 8 foreigners. So I think Al Jabadli is going to play in this one. In fact, you know what? I'm going to play Kings in this one, and then I'm going to move Kings to there and play him as the deep-line playmaker. I think that'll be better. Yeah, and then De Silva, a bit of a makeshift striker. We had to call him up from our youth academy. Has played 6 goals. I think he was on loan. That's where the 6 goals came. Yeah. 4 goals in 3 games from Say Barando. I called him back because we needed a striker. played one, hasn't scored a goal, so he's got to be playing a little bit more now at De Silva, since David is going to be out for the next 2 weeks of football. Tarakos also still currently injured. He's out for another week or so. Kevison is back, but we are using Marquinhos as the backup left back at the moment, who I want to give a little bit more game time. I think Kevison is going to be the man leaving out. And then, yeah, like I said, Lucas Rafael came in when we needed him. We've got Antonio playing back there. That's the whole squad. I've spoken about everybody, I think. If I've forgotten about anyone, we'll find out in a minute or two. Let's go to the game. Taking on Corinthians at home. Last time we played them, we beat them 3-0. I want a similar result, hopefully. Let's go to the game. We're 38 seconds in. It wasn't a kickoff highlight, but we get the ball, and Simovic looking for Danilo Jr. on the right-hand side, who I think he might be on his way out next season, by the way. We tried to renew his contract. He did have an extension, triggered it, but when I offered him a new contract, he refused to speak to us, saying that we don't match his ambition, which is a little bit of a problem. And De Silva now through on goal, though. De Silva chips the keeper. I mean, that was very ambitious to chip from there, Silva. That was very ambitious. I mean, kudos to you for trying. I'll give you that. That was quite ambitious. I'm not even going to lie. Couple of minutes playing past here. It's a bit of an even game, isn't it, so far? If you look at the heat map, sort of both teams sort of tucked up in that midfield. We do tend to go press a little bit more than most of our opponents. We have a free kick here. Kings takes it short. De Silva with the shot. Hits the crossbar and goes out for a goal kick. De Silva getting some game time. I was tempted to maybe move Caio Jorge as a striker and put Duarte on the left. But I want to give our youngsters as much time as possible in their natural positions. De Silva is a striker, so we're trying to give him as much time as that. And Caio just loves to score on that wing, so I don't want to upset the apple cart too much, Igor Cesar, Marcius, Juf, Caio. Beautifully done to Marcius. Cuts it inside for De Silva. Just couldn't get a foot in there. Igor Cesar brings it back. Caio Jorge could have pulled the trigger. Didn't pull the trigger. Played it back to Reese. Now Igor Cesar again. Juf. Juf running forward, bringing the shot. And that was a poor shot in the end from Juf. Not known for his goal-scoring abilities. I'll give him that much. Fantastic left winger. Fantastic assister. Just, yeah, his shooting capabilities never been on point, have they, for the club. Corner now. Kings with the corner, goes to the far post looking for, I think it was Juf. I mean, again, not known for his headering ability either, Juf. I don't even think he has a good jumping reach. What is his jumping reach? Oh, we missed it. Simovic goes short, or long rather, to Antonio. He gets brought down heavily. Referee says play on. And now they're bringing out with Janino, bringing it forward. Grado bringing it again. Danilo Jr. does so well. He's been so good for us. For a man that I wanted to get rid of at the start of the season, he has definitely been just one of our stars. Kings is through. And the shot goes wide. We have taken so many shots in this game. And only 2 have been on target. Cesar brings it back to Juf. Juf has some space. This time, Al-Haji Malik Diouf scores his first ever Santos goal in front of the Santos faithful. That is absolutely brilliant. We talked about how he's not known for his scoring abilities. He showed us there. Look at that. That is precision finishing from Al-Haji Malik Diouf. It was coming. It was coming, and we finally cracked the net. Look at that. 8 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. That's what happens. Second half coming up. Danilo Jr. with the throw in to Antonio. Petrella couldn't get the tackle in. He's made a mistake. And Caio Jorge. Oh, you love to see things like that. That's why I didn't want to move him to the attacking, because he's so good on that wing. He's so good on that wing. Antonio across to Danilo. I thought he lost out there. Petrella made a mistake. Danilo trusted. Keeper was committed. Carlos Miguel way off his line. Caio Jorge said, thank you very much, sir. It's 2-0. And, I mean, the return leg is going to be extra spicy. We've proven on occasions that our return legs are never as good as our home legs. But it's going to be all to play for. 2-0 up. I'm feeling a little bit better. We are going to make some swaps. So De Silva has not played great as the striker. I do have Lucas Rafael who can play as a striker. You know what? Let's play him as a striker. He was so good on the right. Might as well give him an option on as a up front. I think he could do it. Kings isn't playing great. I am going to bring on Gabriel, and we're going to switch those two around a little bit. Push Cesar a little bit more forward. Elsewhere, Boza is looking a bit tired, but he's playing so good. Ruiz and Simulic are good. Juf is fine. Cesar looking a little bit tired. We'll give him, we'll give the rest of the guys a little bit more time, and then we'll see how they feel with their legs after, let's say, another 10 minutes or so in this game. Danilo Jr. with the throw-in goes long this time. Not great. Igor Cesar loses out. And that is a monstrous tackle from Simic. And that is a straight red. Oh, that is not good. We're going to have to sacrifice Marcia. Marcia can't even play on the right, though. You know what? I'm going to move Marcia to because he's playing so well. We're going to take off Antonio. We're going to bring on Paredes. He's going to drop down to play on the left-hand side. Elsewhere, and I'm going to switch KO and Macias around. Oh, that is not good. We might need to go a bit more defensive, I think. I think we're going to have to go a little bit more defensive. Both these guys can play as DMs, though, so I'm going to do this. Play him as a deep-lying playmaker on support there. And then switch him from central midfielder to a box-to-box midfielder, just to try and add a little bit more defensive. Our wing-backs can go on to support. You know, actually go defend. You know what, just go defend. Let's just defend. We've got 15 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go, rather. We can't be, you know, shooting things out of the way. Just play a sensible game, guys. Play a sensible game. That was reckless from our Czechian international, not international, I guess. Our Czechian. Juf now with the free kick. Gabriel. We are going a little bit more defensive. Juf. With 10 men and a semi-final match in the balance. Patrick de Paula goes forward. Jan Mateus looking for options for Corinthians. Goes back to Hosea. Takes the shot. They've pulled one back in 5 minutes from the sending off. Oh, it doesn't help that Heleno is cup tied as well. Unfortunately, Botafogo, and there were 2 games that he played for them, decided to play him in one of the cup games. That was so annoying. It's super annoying. We can hold on for a little bit. 2-1 is not bad. Even a 2-2 draw is not bad if we can hold on. Don't want to concede. What is Zhao doing? Why are you jumping there? The clearance isn't good enough. Torres is bringing it out. Bruno Fuchs bringing it forward. Jan Mateus brings it back, and that's another goal. Audrey Santos. Oh, come on! Oh, that red card is so bad. It's just so gappy. It's so gappy. I can't do this. Did I make a mistake going defend? No, I can't change that though. It's fine. It's 2-2. 6 minutes extra time. Come on, FM. Don't screw me over now. Just let the clock run down. Let the clock run down. There we go. Clock is done. Simulic with the red card. I mean, it hurts. It hurts the 28-year-old Croatian. He's not even Czechian. He's actually got a cap for Croatia. Okay. So he's a international. It is 2-2. He won't be available for the next game. Can't fault the rest of the team for their efforts. Right. We've got 3 Serie A games to get past. We're going to do those off camera. We're then coming back for the second leg without our Croat. I'm not even going to appeal that. That was terrible. We are finally back for the Corinthians' second game. And the 3 games in the league went according to plan. Well, most of them did. We did draw 3-3 to Fluminense. Heleno getting his second start in the competition. I won't lie, it hasn't been a great start. The fact that we are, he's played 4 games in total, and he has conceded a fair amount. He's conceded, what, 7 goals? Not great. Not great. But we did beat Sao Paulo, which was very important, because that basically means we're going to win the league. I mean, there's still 3 months left for football, but we should be winning the league now. And then also beating Fontanella 3-1. Gabriel's goal, by the way. We need to see this goal quickly. This goal was absolutely insane. Here we go. Oh, no, we had the penalty first. I forgot. Here we go. This is Basso. Played it across to Igor Cesar. Gonzalez to Gabriel. And what a finish. I'm sorry. That was an insane finish. We got to concede this goal as well from the Antonio. Not as good as Gabriel's, but that was just absolutely insane. It won goal of the month as well, by the way, in the league. We are going to Corinthians now, though. We are currently winning this, or we're currently drawing 2-2. We don't have Simonovic, who did pick up another goal halfway in the 3 games. He is suspended. So Paredes will come in there to play as the left-sided defender. We're still looking for that left-sided defender as backup to Simovic for next season. And then we're also bringing in Terekos. He's back from injury. He can play. He has been cleared for 75 minutes, so he will be featured at least. Other good news is David was cleared to play, but I don't want to risk him because he still has that little injury icon on there and will be returning to full training tomorrow. So I don't want to risk that too much. Duarte did pick up a slight knock in the previous game. He is not fully fit. Keo Jorge, who picked up a knock in the first game in the 3-3 draw, he's back to being full fitness, as well as there was another player that also picked up, Basso picked up a slight knock. He's only available for 60 minutes. I did rotate the squad a little bit. Let's get into the game. We're taking on Corinthians. Huge, huge game. It's basically a 0-0 situation. Winner goes through. Well, guys, there hasn't been a single highlight in this game. We've taken 7 shots. We haven't seen any of them. It's been a highlightless half for this one. I'm going to yell at the players because they need to do better. We need to be hitting the net. We need to be hitting shots on target. We've taken 3 on target. We just haven't seen them. So obviously that means they weren't good shots. Carlos Miguel now for the Corinthians. Long kick, finding Keo Jorge instead. De Silva, Terekos. And I won't lie, De Silva hasn't really impressed me as a striker. I'm glad David is coming back though. Antonio moving forward. Looking for Keo Jorge on the back post. Couldn't pick him up. Jan Mateus brings it out now. Gero for them. Gero coming forward. So they're taking a shot. Igor Cesar gets the clearance there. Oh, that was close. That was too close for comfort. Ruiz now, with the second half starting much better than the first half, at least. We're getting more highlights. Al-Jabali brings it forward. Keo Jorge brings it across to Antonio with some space. Antonio can try and cut it in. Does cut it in. Felipe da Silva, I said he wasn't performing. He stepped up today. It's 1-0. It's 1-0, and we could be going to a semi-final. Antonio, I thought, lost opportunity. Da Silva was calling for it. The defender kind of got in the way of the goalkeeper. And it's left to Da Silva with the easiest of tap-ins in his career. He hasn't scored 5 goals for us, though, by the way. He's only scored, that's his second goal he scored for us. He did score 4 for San Barano. Jan Mateus looking to bring it in. Al-Jabiri loses it, and Antonio will clear up. Not great, though. Terrible clearance from him. Jan Mateus trying to bring it forward. Fausto takes the long-range shot, and that goes well over in the end. There was a rumor that I was looking at buying Aubrey Santos, who I see is not on the team today. This guy, by the way. And I do like the look of him, and I think he might be a very good centre-mid option. He is listed and has a cap for Brazil, which is quite interesting. I see they decided to go with the halfback today instead of the playmaking style. Perez, Igor Cesar, brilliant ball to Silva. Gonzalez has got some space. Gonzalez on the right, starting ahead of Danilo in this game. Danilo was suspended for the last game. That's why he didn't start. And I thought Gonzalez played very well in the last game, so I thought I'll give him another little run as the wing back. And you know what? It is time to make some swaps. Terekos can only play 75 minutes. He's played 67. Feel like he's put in a good shift. Don't want him to get hurt even more. Macias can come on there. Elsewhere, Gonzalez is looking a little tired. We'll bring on Danilo Boza for a little bit of extra oomph at the back. Antonio has played so well, but he's so hurt. Al-Jabali as well. Zazar hasn't played great. You know what, Eagle? I'm sorry, you haven't played great. We're going to bring on Gabriel. I played him. That's where I played him when he scored that wonder goal. So we're going to keep him there. You know, we'll give the rest a little bit more time. See how they develop. There's like 20 minutes left. Sure, they can hold on for 20 minutes. The likes of Antonio and Marquinhos. I actually forgot Marquinhos was still playing. I was supposed to change him out. It's fine. He's playing in a Super Copa America quarterfinal. Macias, De Silva, back to Macias. Takes the long-range shot. Juan Macias. That could be the goal that sends us to the semi-final. 2-0 lead is exactly what you love to see. Al-Jabali, I was about to take him off. Brought in Macias. Back to De Silva. Back to Macias. And cool as you like. Carlos Miguel got a hand to it. It wasn't enough to prevent it. And that is the goal that separates us. Well, it's the second goal that separates us, but it's fantastic. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. We're going to make some more swaps now. Antonio is looking very tired. He will be coming off. Lucas Rafael come in there. And elsewhere, Marquinhos is looking super tired. Juve come back in. Was actually supposed to start the game. And I think that is all 5 subs. The rest will have to just fight it out for the last 10 minutes of this game. They've changed the entire back line. Interestingly. Oh, no, they haven't. Never mind. They don't. I forget the AI doesn't do the subs like I do the subs, where you put them from lowest to, you know, in order of where they play. Guess that's just a me thing, I think. I don't know. Do you guys do that when you make your subs? Do you put your right back at number 2, then your centre backs and left backs and etc.? Do you guys do that, or is that just a me thing? I don't know. That's just something I've always liked to do. Best way for how I build a squad as well. It's a nice way to see what positions I need. Jan Mateus bringing it through, takes the shot, scores the goal. There's 3 minutes left of normal time. Maybe that 2 minutes left of normal time. They've pulled one back. I'm going to be very, very nervy. K. Jorge looking super tired out there. Was stolen from him. Jan Mateus. I mean, João Paulo should have done better there. I think that has just been a constant problem when it comes to goalkeeping in the Santos team. And yeah, I think that might be it. We are going to the finals, the semi-finals. 2 goals is enough to take us there. A very boring first half into a very exciting second half is exactly what we wanted to see. And I guess we're taking on Independiente yet again. Oh, man. Do you have any idea how much I actually hate this squad? I just absolutely hate this squad. So much. I hate them. I honestly and truly hate this squad. What is their head-to-head like again? Well, I found out a head-to-head against them with Santos. We actually beat them twice, which is good. I can't find the head-to-head against Peñarol. We can't do that, unfortunately. Unless they actually play each other this season. I think we can actually do this. They don't play Peñarol in the league because they are... We did play them last season, though. Peñarol, there we go. So there we go. Last time, they beat us 1-0, the Peñarol game, and then they drew 2-2. And they were the reason we got knocked out of the Copa Libertadores. That's in a month's time. I guess we're coming back for that game. I don't know if you guys really want to see Serie A games, but I feel like I think we got this right up. So I'm going to play all this football. We'll come back for the Independiente. You know what? I think next episode, we might just wrap up the entire season. I think that'll be the easiest way to go. Well, there you have it, folks. Into the semi-finals of the Super Copa Americana. And we're taking on yet another familiar foe. One that we've had good success as Santos, one that we've had bad success as Peñarol. Anything can happen. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out what happens. But now, though, hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Your boy is back tomorrow. Peace. Chicken grease.